Hello, my angels, and welcome back to a new day, new reading. I'm quite excited for this reading. I've been taking notice of the energy, and lately it's been feeling a bit heavy in a way, and it kind of makes sense due to the fact that I know it has been New Year, at least for some of us. For me, it quite does not make sense. For me, the New Year is around like the end of March, coming into April with the spring. That, for me at least, symbolized the beginning of a new year, quite physically, if you know what I mean. However, there is a lot of clearing up before that period, before that new year, so to speak, comes in, and we will transition out of the year of the snake into the year of the horse. It has been quite a lot of heavy energy lingering, because it's the need for it to clear out before entering, my opinion at least, my universal truth, entering the new season. That was just a process of thought I felt like sharing. Maybe you as well have taken notice of the energy with yourself or around you, or listening to collective readings, whatever it may be, taking notice of that energy being quite heavy in some way, shape, or form. There is a need for it to be cleared out before we enter a new season. So with that, should we just get into it and see what's around this collective? And I want to do, what do I want to do here? I want to see what's around you, but when it comes to the heart space, so what's really, maybe something is blooming. I felt like saying blooming, so there could be something there. Let's just see. Oh, I turned them upside down. I'm just going to give them a shuffle, because yeah, there could be something there. I don't know. Let's see what's around this collective's heart space. What's around them in this moment of time when it comes to their heart space. Okay. Oh, okay. 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 So, first card out, not dealing. So, not dealing, hurt, avoiding a conversation, cold person, boundary, still angry. This could be you or the person connected to you. I'm kind of getting a vibe of it could be you, but again, let's just see where the reading takes us. That dealing, not hurt, could interfere or in a way intertwine with the clock being here, something that needs time. It takes time. There are cycles, time to heal, progress. Is there necessarily progress when it comes to the not today, the not dealing, hurt, avoiding? That would surprise me. I feel it is more you as a collective going over this within your mind, that the person connected to you in your heart space, again, your outlook. So if this does not fit with the energy you have thinking of that specific person, it ain't your reading. Don't make anything fit. And I'm going to deviate a bit about this because it's still going on. If you are watching a reading and you feel the need to comment, my person ain't like that, I don't feel like that, that is not me. It's not your reading, honey. Don't make it fit. Don't force anything to fit. If the words coming out of my mouth does not fit the description of you, your process of thought, the deviations I'm doing, where I talk about this, that, and the other, if that does not fit, if it doesn't fit your story, what you have been through, coming to this connected energy in any way, shape, or form, it is not your reading. And don't make it fit. Okay? It's quite simple. Just gonna put it out there. It not gets to me, but it makes me wonder quite a bit as a reader, where I'm like, can't you see it? It ain't your reading. Move it along. The need to write stuff like, okay. Maybe you're taking notice of this, collective, or maybe it's just me. It just came to my mind for a reason. Anyway, coming back to the reading. But what I am feeling coming to you, collective, you have been in some kind of a partnership, right? When it comes to a person, you could have been engaged, or it could have been in the cards. You guys could have been talking about it. It would have been in the energy in some way, shape, or form. You could very much in this moment of time be looking at this situation to be more of a karmic relationship. Most of all, it has to be doing like tying it in to the triggers, resentment, and lessons, and the not dealing. Well, that could come from lessons and resentment, right? So again, if that does not fit your energy of you not wanting to deal with the person anymore you were connected with, engagement could have been on the table. You could have had a dynamic leading to that. You could have made that promise to one another, but never having it play out, so to speak. There's something here about time. Something has been taking quite the amount of time, and a lot of you get caught up in that layer because things does not come in the time frame you in your mind pictures. But there's a need to come into the realization of things does not come in our ego's timing. It comes in divine timing, and there's always a reason for it. There are lessons that needs to be learned. Because if you sit there and you're still very much triggered, or you haven't quite healed what needs to be dealt with for you guys to live in a dynamic where you are there to help each other grow within this dynamic together, it would never work, right? It will still be the same triggers that come up. It will cause even more anger, even more resentment, and you will just have to go in to these cycles constantly. Very draining, right? Okay, let's just see a bit about this. Not dealing. The golden mirror. So it is about this feeling very self-absorbed. I hope you do not sit there and think that your person is like a real narcissist. They could have traits of that. You could be feeling that they embody some of that energy. Again, my opinion, be careful about that stigma. It's quite easy in this day and age and where we live. there's a lot about it online to be caught up into that loop. Just know that just because a person can embody these traits does not mean that they are, in fact, like, what do you say, like, what is that word when you are being like, you go into, for instance, a doctor and then like, what do you call that? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's been confirmed by professionals that you are, in fact, in this case, a narcissist. That word is totally gone right now. It makes sense, right? You know? However, what I was saying is, know that the traits of that comes from something within them that is in great need of healing, right? So instead of sitting there giving them that stigma, try to shift that outlook of, well, wishing them that healing, giving them that strength throughout your bonds to go and have that healing that is needed in that area of them, right? Often it's because that person is quite broken, right? So instead of sitting there with pointing that finger, have like a more kind and compassionate outlook. They are in great need of healing, and it is not easy, right? It makes sense. This relationship, the energy is quite, a lot of it is there with the being one-sided relationship. Has there been love bombing? Maybe, like initially when you guys were together, you reflecting upon that, that could be a reason why you're not healing. But the vibe I'm getting is that it has been more like one-sided. You could feel like this person is a bit self-absorbed, is having narcissistic traits. It ties in, unfortunately, quite a lot to what you would consider a karmic relationship of being. It's quite triggering. It resembles, again, like there is a fine line between twin flames and karmics. Twin flames, it will help you grow, coming into the best possible version of yourself. Karmics do not have that quality with them. Let's just be real. It is more to be broken down and really figuring out, well, what is it in me that needs healing? Well, twin flames does that as well, but karmics will trigger you in such a way where you afterwards will really figure out within yourself that was like damaging to my soul. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like for this collective, it made sense. If we take the clock, okay, the seduction card. So the attraction, flirting, dating, temptation, third party interference. You could know for a fact that there is something when it comes to flirting and dating and temptations tied to your person. We talk about it quite often. I feel like I mention it. I mention it with the third party. It doesn't have to be a specific person. It can be a lot of things. It could be work, it could be family, it could be friends, it could be all of them. Let's be real. So, however, it's a thing that makes this clock, in your opinion, not strike at the right time. It's like you want your fairy tale to begin, and it's I don't know why I'm seeing that. You could have just watched Cinderella, or it could be like a favorite cartoon. But I am seeing that where she has been she has been at the ball in the castle dancing with the prince, and she's like running out there and the clock strikes for midnight. That scene where the clock is and ding, I'm seeing that very clear in my mind. What is this? Seduction? The Sword of Rose. So again, don't make it fit. You feel in a way that you have a clarity, truth, revelation coming towards you. It also talks about the force, the honor, protection, and power within this dynamic. I want to get one more for it, like the sort of the cassette. So don't make it fit. It replays within your mind. There's something coming to you at your table that you have been waiting a long time for. But then again, can you see why this kind of doesn't make sense? And I know I'm giving like that kind of a love, but to be honest, this is needed. If you are in your mind, like we said, are being not dealing, you're kind of hurt, you do not want this conversation, that person it has been one-sided, they are like self-absorbed, they may have these narcissistic traits, it has been taking a lot of time, you really at some given point want in this union, but I also think it's to tie you to who that person is. Like again, read the energy of the reading, you have been in some kind of a commitment, and the conversation around like partnership and engagement has in some way, shape or form been on the table. You are now more looking at it as a karmic relationship. But then again, in the back of your mind, you're going, you want something to happen here and you keep replaying it over and over in your mind. And again, I'm saying this is in the most loving kind of way. It comes with a lot of love. That's what I mean. Make it make sense, collective. That's quite confusing, right? And it would be to you. Keep going over this like there's something there interfering in the background, but you kind of don't want to deal with it. It's like to that person, right? If them. I'm hearing that. Looking at it as, oh, there was just one big trigger. I do not want to deal with this. They are so self-absorbed. They are, maybe you think they're a bit of a narcissist, but then again, like I just said, be a bit careful how you project. But in your mind, you're still going over and over clarity and truth you want when it comes to this person, this dynamic. Do you see? The equation isn't quite adding up now, is it? I don't know why I'm getting this, but you could like love math in a way. Could love numbers, or it was like, that is odd. I have never heard that, but it just came to me like the math thing, the equation doesn't quite, it could be something that you enjoy or did enjoy when you went to school or something. I guess you could work with numbers. Can we have one for the engagement ring? The engagement ring. Mirror. And you think you're mirroring this. So again, don't make it fit. If you haven't had that kind of a thought process coming to you and the person connected to you, it's not your reading. Okay? You think you're mirroring this in this moment of time. And you both want this. But then again, you are acting hurt. You do not want to deal with this. Mirror. No. Soulmate and chaser, and you are collective. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like this reading could maybe be a bit of a wake-up call for this collective. Because you are right now chasing this person, thinking they are a soulmate. You are meant to be together, but right here, right now, you are not dealing, you are hurt. That's like the vibe you project out. And like I said, I brushed upon it quite a few times now, thinking self-absorbed, one-sided relationship, a lot of karmic triggers. I'm gonna be honest, there is there is a need for healing. Yeah, heartbroken you are. And instead of like, oh, me and that, like, I'm really trying hard to have it in the forefront of my mind. Instead of being that, right? It's quite okay to be hurt, to have your feelings hurt, to due to the fact that you were not validated in the way, shape, and form that you were hoping for, right? That is okay. However, instead of pushing it away, not dealing with it, feeling the need to then go into, I'm not saying that you're name calling, dropping on this person, but in your mind, you must go over how they are, in your opinion, very self-absorbed. Absorbed, that word, right? That you feel this is very one-sided. If you are heartbroken, let yourself feel heartbroken. Don't push it away. Don't give it any other stigma. Don't be listening to the very 3D reality outlook that is online, talking about, oh, if he wanted to, he would. The reality of that ain't real. How many of us has wanted to do something within a situation but kept ourselves back due to some reason? Sometimes what you think in your mind, it's the most easiest thing can be the hardest thing for another person. That's why there is a need in this dynamic to have healing. And you are, and again, don't make it fit, you are in this moment of time in need of a much like healing, right? Because look at your energy. You think you and your person are mirroring this, wanting this engagement, wanting to be together forever and always, being soulmates, and again, don't make this fit. You are chasing them collective, energetically. You could be like looking at photos, going through old messages, thinking about them a lot throughout your day. It's they're living rent-free in your mind. That's the energy I am feeling. And the kind of vibe I'm getting is that You just want this clock. Again, like I said previously, you want it to just strike. So this, whatever that third party may be, the deviations I did about it can be a lot of things. It doesn't have to be in a love dating dynamic when it comes to another person interfering. It could be family, friends, work, all of them. You could brush upon that time being, I am ready for it. I want this to come in. I've been thinking about it. But then again, you go to this, right? And I'm gonna be honest, that is not a person that has healed through the runes that they need to have this and this engagement and soulmate. Because how would you be? Think about it in this moment of time within a relationship. If you were finding yourself together with that person now, embodying this energy, and you and that person had some kind of a disagreement, would you be able to have a calm conversation with them, relaying exactly why you feel the way you feel, being able to connect it to your own triggers within yourself so you do not project your hurt onto that person? From the energy I'm seeing, you wouldn't. I'm gonna be honest. You would project so much hurt, so much confusion onto them because they would still trigger you. And you wouldn't have healed through those triggers to not let them dictate how you move in a situation that causes them to reoccur. Does it make sense? Karmic relationship. Okay. Could you have, I'm more going to say you want to. It does not feel in this moment of time that you are ascending from anything having to do with karmic triggers. For me, this seems like that could happen. You are finding yourself in a karmic trigger right now, and that trigger could very much be tying into the time. The deviation I did in the beginning, you have not been confirmed within your feelings in the amount, not the amount, but in the due time. Again, with the clock, I'm seeing that very clearly. In your mind, that should have come to your table. You feel like you have been patiently waiting for this. In a way, it could indicate a collective that haven't been on this journey for a long time. And if you just think about, when did you and this person separate? When did you come into this separation where you started the chaser journey, so to speak? It would have been around that time that you would have woken up to this spiritual journey. There would have come all of these things when it comes to twin flames, soulmates at your table. It was it would have felt like you were being bombarded with information when it comes to that, right? If you go back to when this started to trickle in for you, how long ago is that? Because remember, if we take it to the spiritual journey, that's how old in the spiritual journey universe, so to speak, does it make sense that you are? So if you have been on this journey for around maybe 6 months or a year, that's how old you are when it comes to this, right? You are relearning life. You are relearning to stand in your truth, to go through emotions, to learn to grow and evolve from it. That takes time. I don't know if you heard that motorcycle where it's like by, and I feel like that's you. You want this to be fast, but it's not your ego's timing. And there's a very big lesson that this collective needs to learn about it. No matter how much you sit up here and crave it, you're not gonna call it in. No matter how many subliminals you're listening to or hurts about calling in that divine counterpart, that soulmate of yours, sitting there longing, craving them, you're not gonna call them in any faster. If you are still in a chaser energy, if that person has woken up, or even if they quite haven't, they are running. If that's your dynamic in this moment of time, you need to surrender to that. This comes in when the universe says it's time. It's not your ego's timing. And you as well need to heal. So instead of focusing your precious, beautiful energy onto them, worrying about when will this come in? I want to be engaged. I want to be in union. I want my soulmate. I want them. Focus that energy onto yourself. Build that stability, that beautiful, beautiful energy from within. Learn to stand strongly and firmly within yourself. And don't worry about them. Give all of that energy to you. And there's a reason why I'm going to go into this deviation I am now. I feel like it's very important for a lot of people to have understanding with. Throughout your life, right? From the day you are born to the day that you die and take your last breath in this reality, who is the one person that is always going to be there? From the day you are born, from the day you die. You. No one is going to be there all day, every day, 365 days, each and every year of your life. No one is going to be there with you except for you. So learn to love that person. Learn to have compassion, understanding, trusting that person more than anything in this entire world. Learn to build a stable, secure relationship with that person, because you are the only one you're going to spend the rest and the whole of your life with. It's so important, and it's like you forget, because you crave something outside of yourself instead of being able to sit back and give that to you. It's not about finding someone to fill that void you feel within yourself. It's about learning, well, why do I feel that void, and how can I then fill it up myself? What is it that I need to go doing? What is it that I need to explore within myself and my reality that can fill me up in that way I am missing and craving? If you always end up depending on another person to fill that void within you, what will happen the day that that person may no longer be there? Just think about it. I don't think that it's a good idea for this collective to us to like tap in to your person. I'm gonna be honest, I don't feel there's a need for that. This is about you and you needing to find your wings on this journey and do we even do tarot? I don't think so. I want to find, ooh, that deck. It just came to me. I have to go way down to find them because they're in the bottom of this, of my pile here. Okay, so we're gonna look at these. I want to look at some crystals as well that would be able to help you in this moment of time as well. And I think we will also brush upon some childhood triggers that would be needing to heal. And if we have time, where did I put that deck? That's about, maybe we do the moon phases, but I was thinking about, wasn't these, maybe these? Yeah. However, we will look into that. I want to start with these. The inner temple. There is a need for this collective to come into that, and you can just hear it. There's a reason for everything in a reading, but the way I'm speaking, it's there's a reason for everything. Let go. And there's a need for that, so let go of that frequency. Because like everything else, right? If you're able to imagine it or picture it like a rubber band, right? And right now you're holding on to it so tightly. What happens when you release it? Right? Does it make sense? When you release the frequency that you are holding on to so tightly when it comes to that person, what do you think will happen? And I ain't saying that that person is going to run back to you instantly. It's not what it's about. But the frequency of this energy can now go to them. Does it make sense? I hope it does. But you as a collective right here, right now, you need to build that relationship with yourself. Let's see, what is this collective in need of? And let go came out. Chamber of healing. Just watch me. Let's see if I can figure it out. The book is not always easy to figure out, to be honest. Okay, so we have one of them here. And we have and let it's gonna take me a bit of time to I'm gonna be honest. Where do we have it? And can I find it in the beginning here? Let go, let go, let go. Let go, hold on. 124. There, okay. Freeing, losing your hold, stepping away, making space for new growth. And I just said that. Like, what do you think happens when you let go of the frequency? Right? There are times when we are called to hold on and times when we are called to surrender. But how do we know what to do then? The things we cling to, the things we cling on to are often the ones that we're most called to let go of. But just because we cling to them doesn't mean they are not meant for us, or that they will fall away if we do gather the courage to loosen our grip. Sometimes the act of letting go or not clinging so tightly is the very thing that enables a situation to transform, so that it remains yet is better and more aligned than before. Or if it is not, then something more aligned now has the space to enter eventually. If this card appear with the hold on right side up, it can be, yeah, but it's not. It's like the letting go. If this card appears with the letting go right side up, then consider what you might be forcing, trying to control, or refusing to release. What are you clinging on to? For fear that it will go away and nothing will come to take its place. And that is true. And it's like, and it's just the way I said with the person. That rubber band. Let it flow. Just watch me. And that's the next card. Let's see what it has to say. Who am I kidding? I'm gonna look up here because I won't be able to find it. Boom, 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 boom. Just watch me. Number 100. Very significant. Just watch me. Watch out, world, here I come. It's time to make your entrance, to leave your mark, to let yourself be seen and your presence known. You are ready. This moment has been a long time coming. You have been working towards it for a while now. All the details are being taken care of. What others think of you is irrelevant. This is a card of blindly confidence, self-worth, encouragement, confirmation, and empowerment. of stepping out and taking up space. You don't need anyone's approval but your own. No permission is needed. You're arrived. And that's what you need to come into. You're not there yet, clearly, with the energy we have been brushing upon. You need to get into that state of mind. I'm just going to read those lines again. They're very significant. Confidence, self-worth, encouragement, empowerment, stepping out and taking up space. You don't need anyone's approval but your own. No permission is needed. You have arrived. Do you get it? In my opinion, it should resonate within your core. Like that craving to have that within you. It isn't the time to question, fit in, or play small. It's the time to expand. You were not born for the sideline. Step forth and radiate with confidence, and you need to come into that. Having that internal confidence within you. And that would attract all that you desire, right? Because you would finally understand yourself, your emotions, but you will also radiate this energy that I don't need anybody. I'm all I need. I'm more than enough. I make myself happy every day. And if I add you then to my table, it is because you are there to give me something. You can be like the sparkle I need. But if you don't provide that, I can make it again for myself. But the people that you allow to sit there with you, they emphasize you in the right ways, right? And that's the confidence you need to embody. Then you are able to attract it. Does it make sense? Don't waste your time worrying about what others might think or say. Don't look back. Keep your gaze straight ahead and let them watch. That's true. Let them. And that could be a theory of yours that that you need to embody and coming to center with. Let them. It's a powerful phrase to say to yourself, no matter who the people are, family or friends or colleagues. Let them. Let them think. Let them judge. Let them project all they want onto you. If you know who you are, and you are therefore able to stand that strongly within yourself, it's like a water off a duck's back. It doesn't affect you. You see through it. You know that they are projecting. You know that it's their own wounds, their own process of thought they're putting onto you. But I am not your thoughts. I am not your feelings. I am not your hurt. So let them. Let them be wrong. Let them judge. Let them. It has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. Right? The chamber of healing. Healing is always happening. For to heal is to change, and you're always changing. always returning to wholeness. Wholeness isn't a static state, as we are always growing and transforming. It's a natural way, and you're part of nature. When this card appears, it acknowledges that you are in a deep state of healing, and it is okay to ask for help, slow down, to let healing happen. This card comes with a tender message to trust your inner ability to heal through the changing seasons of your life. To stop seeing yourself as broken or to think of healing as something you need to do before you truly live. For to heal is to change, evolve, and grow. Healing can be slow, a steady progress. It's complex, not linear. It takes as long as it takes. However, like all things in nature, there is a mysterious intelligence to it. And if we trust in and let the once vibrant petals fall to the earth, cut back what's no longer thriving, and protects the buds from being pried open too early, we too may find ourselves in a second bloom, and fruit will follow. If you didn't see yourself as unhealed or broken, what would you do? If you didn't see yourself as unhealed or broken, how would you live your life? If you didn't see yourself as unhealed or broken, what decisions would you make? How are you being called to prioritize your healing? What healing are you ready to receive right now? What support are you ready to call in? Ask your heart, your mind, and your body to reveal what's most helpful to you and call it in. Powerful, powerful, powerful. And I'm just gonna say this because I didn't quite brush up on that earlier, but I have mentioned it before in my readings, and if you have watched them, you have heard it before, but if not, just gonna say it. If this was any other person that had treated you in this way, shape, or form that you have been finding yourself, that person you have now linked to being your soulmate, your divine counterpart, take away that stigma, right? The simplicity and how they did treat you. Would you let that fly when it came to any other person you have dealt with throughout your life? Or would you have said enough is enough? I deserve more. I'm gonna focus on me. I do not need anything from this person in this moment of time. However, I need to ask myself, why did I allow that? Why did I crave more of that? Does it make sense? Take away the label because it blinds you. No matter the label they may carry, their way of dealing with you doesn't make it okay, you know? Heal through it. Give yourself that closure. Give yourself those answers. I feel like this reading is a bit long, like I know, but I want to just brush upon these childhood healings because I believe that you are going through something that has to be doing with childhood wounds. So I would like to see what kind of a help here. Recognition, isn't it what it says? Recognition. Number 17 could be a significant number. And reassurance, number 40. Both could be significant numbers. And then belonging. I feel like we have a theme here, right? But number 17. Mm. Mm. It's very long. So I'm just seeing what would make sense. Where do we go with this? I think we're just gonna take like the invitation of this card. So I'm just gonna read that first part and let you be invited, so to speak, into the healing of this card, right? Then we recognize everyone did their best. We claim our place as an adult. We agree to what is. We assert our right to exist, and we understand our sovereignty. We recognize that we too deserve love, belonging, and happiness. Recognition of our sovereignty is instrumental to wholeness and integrity. Everyone belongs in a family lineage, no matter what they have done or have failed to do. Nobody and nothing can be excluded. Each one of us belongs to this earth, to ourselves and to our families. It is crucial to recognize your place in your family lineage in order to feel whole. This card invites you to crown yourself with belonging and sovereignty and claim your place in your life. And we talked about that with the other card of the letting go and the need for you to come in to this place of understanding that the person you are craving and you need is you. All along it was you. And being able to give the space, the love, the understanding that you right here, right now are craving from everyone else except yourself. And that is a bit sad. But the good thing is, it means there are healing here to do, that you are able to embark on this new journey within yourself and coming into that center, that stillness. All right? Number 40, reassurance. And again, I'm just gonna brush upon the invitation. For many of us, perfectionism, shame, and unworthiness are companions of this life journey. Asking for help can remind us of our vulnerability and limitations as a human being, and it can be overwhelming. This card invites you to rest and learn into the resources within and all around you. Nobody can do it alone. The gift can end the curse of a childhood, that their inherent dependence on others to survive. As we grow up, we push this awareness of our vulnerability away because of the wounding it causes and what it costs us, our authenticity. We move through life holding on to too much, striving to do it all out of fear of becoming dependent again. One of the deepest resources we have in our connection to our essence, offering ourselves the gift of blooming to our own infinite wisdom. This card reminds us it is time to receive support from the resources around you and within you. We can only give what we allow others to receive, and that is true. And if you have people around you that would be able to lift you up, lift your spirit, that maybe are on this journey in their own rights with you, but they find themselves going into this spirituality, then in the right amount use each other, right? But don't be afraid of coming back into yourself, your own hermit's journey, and reflect upon yourself. Go into that spiritual solitude and don't feel the need to seek answers outside from yourself, but start to feel them from within, gaining that strength within your intuition. And I'm gonna say this for a reason. Again, there's always a reason why we say everything. But to practice your intuition, right? A thing I do to strengthen that bond with myself and my intuitive thoughts and feelings is to go on a walk. And I haven't set a walk in my mind like the path I want to go. I let myself be guided by my intuition. So whilst I'm walking, I could ask for specific signs I want to see when it comes to a certain subject or situation or feeling, whatever it may be. And I will let my intuition guide me to where I need to go to see that sign on my walk. Does it make sense? So again, I could be asking a very significant question and say if that is either true or if it's something I need to look into, if it's something I need to reflect, like kind of that vibe. And then I want to see that. I want to see that if that's something I have to look into, investigate within myself, again, whatever the question may be. And I will take notice. What signs am I being given? Do I out of nowhere find myself being very drawn to the birds on the sky? Oh, they're flying in that direction. How does that feel inside me? Do I feel like I need to go in that direction? Do I feel a pull? And I will navigate and I will find those signs, but to strengthen that intuitive bond you have, to feel those signs, be aware of your surroundings, your feelings. That is powerful. I'm just saying maybe this collective needs to do that. But to finish this reading off, I want to see what kind of crystals the universe wants you to look into, go purchase, or thought about purchase. You have them, you need to work with them. Or again, it could be a sign that you need to go get these. Selenite balance could be a sign, but let's see what comes out. What kind of crystals does this collective need to work with? Oh. Expanding into wonder, becoming immutable. I'm not quite sure how you say that. You see it? I'm taking notice of I'm taking notice of the purple colors within this. And before I switched my crystals, I did have the amethyst tower here. You could have been very drawn to that if you have seen my readings previously. How do you say that? Celestial quartz. Again, do you see that? I don't know how to pronounce that. Well, I will just let you see it. You can write it down and you would know what kind of a stone they mean. The amethyst talks about find your magic, your expansiveness in the moments between your breath, like when you breathe in and out, in the space between day and night, or the soft, gooey selfness that exists always where your head meets your heart. And that's actually true. It's a great stone to have on your night table, for instance, to lift out heavy thoughts, negativity when you lay down to rest. It's a good stone to have on your bedside table. I have one. Then it just occurred to me, I was looking over there and thinking, I have one. I wasn't taking notice of that before. That celestial quartz, is that how you pronounce it? I do not know. Deep in the heart of the earth, celestial forms layer by uneven layer, perhaps in the distant path of her beginning, she was a regular quartz, but after centuries of responding to ever-present change in temperatures, moisture, and even the shift of tech, like the plate. What is that called? When the plates in the earth, like, if it makes sense, it makes sense, I guess. She has flown and morphed into unexpected shapes and texture. If we allow it, this is what life does to each of us. And that is true. Oh, I like that outlook. Building our unique knowledge and wisdom until we become celestial ourselves. Allow the world to teach you this grandmother stone whisper. Grow in your own immutable self. Wisdom is a byproduct of your own becoming. That is cute. Maybe you have a grandmother watching over you, or you have felt that. I just want one more for this collective. Rhodonite, there's a lot to do with the heart space. Like, let's be honest, the mind and the heart. Heal your heartbeat. Yeah. And it makes sense. Just as I said it in the beginning, if you are heartbroken, let yourself feel that. It's the only way to heal it is to let ourselves feel our feelings. Don't push them away. Don't try to put a band-aid on it and thinking, I'm gonna be fine. If you're not fine, rest in that. Like, ground that, not feeling within yourself. If you keep fighting, keep fighting yourself on that to push it away, how will you be able to heal from it? Walk through the emotions. Let yourself feel. It's not a defeat to feel. It's a gift. And if you are able, again, it has been said more than once in this healing, it takes time. But coming into the outlook of, even though heartbreaks occur, how lucky was I to experience a love like I did? That was so significant to me. That ended up teaching me all of this. It's a blessing, right? A blessing in disguise. And I know it doesn't feel like that right here, right now, that's okay. If you're able to have it in the back of your mind, you will come into that realization at your own time, within your own right. You were lucky to go for it. Because look at what it did to your soul. It made you come home to you. That's beautiful. That's a blessing. But the rhodonite, I can't kind of see it, but look at that. That type of bird could be significant. I don't know how you say it in English. We call it a colibri. I don't know how you say it. When you're feeling calm and centered, your heart beats in an even rhythm. Listen to it. Become self-soothing. Help you remember your personal cadence, something like that. But when you're anxious, especially when you're purposefully anxious, your heart stutters and skips. Your own skittish heart sends you deeper into unease and angst. But it is not your heart that's the problem. The problem lies deeper rooted in the vulnerability that is causing the anxiety. Put your hand on your heart. Rudnite instructs, close your eyes and feel its beat. Once you're in sync with yourself, ask your heart what's feeding this anxiety. To heal your heart, you need to first know what way you feel vulnerable in the world. It's time for its first step. Okay, collective. Crystals that you need to work on, and I'm actually gonna give you those message cards as well, because they came to mind, and I think that Spirit could have a message here that you need to hear in this moment to help you proceed on this journey, give you encouragement and strength to endure and come into center and inner strength with yourself. So let's see what's the message. If you think you are alone, you are not. We are beside you in all challenges that you face. Trust that outside source will always be working with you to ensure the best outcome of every situation. We have your best interest at heart. We love you. Oh, that was a beautiful message. I'm gonna get emotional. Oh, that's so cute. Have more faith in yourself. Be proud of how you are navigating every curveball that life throws at you. How you deal with those times shown your truth, inner resilience. Nothing can break that. That in itself is an inspiration for others. Keep shining your light. Just one more, my angels, for this collective. You are doing your best, and that is enough. Any difficulties you face will not last forever. Release the thoughts and feelings that doesn't feel good. Focus all of your energy on love, happiness, and your hopes and dreams. But love and happiness for yourself, right, collective? Just like we said throughout this reading. Oh, that was a beautiful message. Oh, my angel. I am sending you, whoever you are, collective, so much love and so much strength. You got this. And I'm wishing you the best, blessed, amazing day. And thank you so much for tapping in, for tuning in and listening. And I will be seeing you another time, another day, and another reading. Bye, my angels. Much love. Much love. Bye. Bye bye.